Borough fans, hello and welcome back to episode number 22 of season 7 on the Stevenage Football Club podcast. Yes, that is right, season 7, the most important season, and we are fourth place with 26 points. We are indeed out the FA Cup, though. As you can tell, I'm not that bothered. I think Andy's more than me. And how are you, mate?
Yeah, well, all good. Feeling a bit better after yesterday. I was a bit annoyed, but soon to get over it and looking forward to Thursday.
Love that, mate. You got the new hoodie on tonight as well. I can see that's made an appearance for. Well, I'm not being funny. I'm calling it the most important month this month. I think there's a real opportunity to stay in the top two. Love the way that you've got the new hoodie on, mate. And for this
Yeah,
big episode.
just for pure warmth, really?
Are you that cold? Are you not got the heating on at yours?
No, not currently.
Well, I'm excited, and I'm off to New York this week, and obviously me and you have been, and I'm off
Yeah.
this weekend. I'm very excited. I'm going to get that blue stripe joller out there, mate, and promote and talk about Jordan Houghton to all the local Manhattaners, and you know.
I'm sure they're gonna have no clue who he is.
So hang on, this is a question actually. So obviously we've got Reading Thursday, right? My week is mad. I've got Reading Thursday. I go to Ricky Gervais Friday night, and then back to New York for my third trip Saturday. Does that mean that you and Reece Donnelly are hosting the podcast after Reading?
Supposedly so.
Oh no, we're getting this episode. I feel like we get one episode a year where it's you and Reece. It's always when I'm in New York.
Yep.
Good.
What could go wrong?
Goodness sake, honestly. I'll always remember when we did Borough Talk in New York. Do you remember?
In the discussing Dan Butler.
Do you remember? I remember Jake was like, he was at work once. And he saw Borough Talk and he was like, surely not. They're in New York. He clicks on and he hears us going, yeah, Dan Butler the other night. He's like, what are they doing?
Oh, only us two idiots.
I'd tell you what, I also remember when I went to New York for the first time on my own, I remember getting back to the room after my first day listening to you and Reece on the pod. And I was like, oh my goodness. Yeah, no, that'd be fun. I'll tune in when I'm in New York to have a little listen to our big win at Reading. Yeah, it should be good fun, man. Should be good fun. A massive hello to all the Borough fans that are tuning in on YouTube, and again, a massive hello to everyone that is tuning in on the Audibles, Spotify, etc. for episode number 22. Now, obviously, we played yesterday, and again, we're kind of not really used to doing episodes this season when we've lost the match, and we did go out the FA Cup yesterday, so we will be chatting about the FA Cup in a little bit, and the 1-0 loss that we had, first loss at home this season, by the way, in all competitions. And then we will be looking ahead to a massive month for this team. I actually, and I was speaking to someone at halftime yesterday. I think this month is our biggest yet, actually. I think with considering who we're playing, and we are playing quite a lot of teams down in that bottom part of the division. There's a real opportunity before December to still be in the top 3 or top 4 with some incredible matches coming up in the December period. So a massive month. We will be talking about it. And of course, we do have Reading this Thursday live on Sky Sports. And we are going to touch on that a little bit as well. Really quickly before we get in, and have you had a good weekend? I know I saw you at the game yesterday, but how's things been your end, really quickly?
Yeah, no, all good. Pretty productive Sunday morning, and then this afternoon I've just sat and watched football pretty much all day. So it's been good. Watched a bit of the Eastleigh Walsall game.
Mm.
Yeah, then started to watch a bit of the NFL before hopping on this.
Love that, mate. By the way, I watched Eastie as well. Do you know what I actually thought? I don't know if you thought the same thing. I turned it on to see where Jake Taylor was, and I saw this bald guy at the back, and I was like, that's not even playing centre half, is it? And it was some other guy. I thought it was Jake Taylor playing centre back.
Sort of see the press run around with a few headers.
Oh my God, he nearly scored, didn't he? You see that one where he cut in, went past the post?
Yeah,
Yeah.
never good enough for us, I'm afraid.
Yeah. No, I do.
Didn't cut the mustard.
I prefer the gas man any day of the week, personally.
Do you know what I don't? I'd like big
No.
Vads or Kane Hemmings.
Oh, give over. Surely not. Surely
I
not.
reckon Big Vads would give it a good go.
No, what yours at the back post. At least the gas actually connects with the ball, or he fouls someone, which he seems to do a lot of the minute. But
Yeah, but yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. Should we go straight into it?
we can do.
This was the shittest cup tie ever.
Can we just rewind to when the draw was made? When you went great tie, cracking tie, winnable at home,
Yeah.
second round, yeah,
Yeah.
easy. And now, yesterday, all day, gonna be electric, goals galore, real thriller.
Well, do you know what I thought was going to happen? I thought, it got a bit dark, it got a bit windy. I thought it would become an FA Cup thriller. I did on Remembrance Day fixture. I thought it would become a thriller. And all right, if the one in the bar goes in, maybe it is, but it just never became a thriller, did it? Bless it. Again, you're going to hate me. I'm actually quite happy we've gone out, actually, but I will explain my reasons for that a little bit later. And I think Andy disagrees heavily, but that's right. We'll have a little back and forth and on that one. So to all listeners, it was FA Cup football. Saturday just gone, and obviously we drew Chesterfield at home. Obviously, as we know, fourth place in League One with 26 points, 8 wins, 2 draws, just 2 defeats, having an unbelievable season. And Chesterfield, I think at the time they're 7th in League Two, so a little bit similar. Chesterfield are having a great season in League Two, pushing for playoffs or maybe even promotion. So I think we thought it would be somewhat of a competitive tie because I think Chesterfield would come and give it a go. And we did lose the tie 1-0. It is our first loss at home in all competitions this season, which is a hell of an achievement to think that the first match that we've lost at home is November. But it is our first loss 1-0 to a Bonis penalty who scored for Chesterfield in the 61st minutes in the second half. We're going to quickly go through the lineups, the stats, and then we're going to have a little chat about the 1-0 defeat in the FA Cup. A few changes in the game, not much, but there was a couple. Philip Martial, as he's well known on this podcast, or as Andy likes to call him, Philip Martial.
It's no Andy, it's solely you.
I'll take that one from Blackpool, the opening day. All right. Started in between the sticks. Jasper Patterson was at right back. The swing dog, Dan Sweeney, came in to partner Cole Piacciani with Dan Butler back in at left back. Jordan Allen and Harvey White kept their place in midfield with a forward three of Jordan Roberts, Dan Kemp, and hallelujah, Phoenix Patterson started on the left side with big goal Jamie Reid leading the line. On the bench, we had Tayash B. Hammond, Chem Campbell, Lewis Freestone, Charlie Good, Luther Wilding, Jova Malcolm, Lewis Orford, Dan Phillips, and Gassan Ahabme. The stats for the 1-0 defeat in the FA Cup. We had 39% possession to Chesterfield 61. We had 7 shots to Chesterfield's 9. Both teams have 3 on target. Both teams' goalkeepers only made 2 saves in the match. We had 8 corners to Chesterfield's 3. Some of that's not great stats on this. I haven't even got pass distribution this week. Attempts outside the box, we had 2 to Chesterfield's 1. Some defensive stats. There was 12 fouls committed for us. There was 18 for Chesterfield. A total of 8 yellow cards in the match. Both teams got 4. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to access any of the pass distribution stats for this match. So we haven't got them available on today's podcast. What a crap tie this was on Saturday, right? I think, and I don't know if you're with me, and I think probably, and I'm going off all the matches in all competitions this season, I think that was probably the first poor performance this season when we look at all the games. I know Lincoln wasn't our greatest performance, but I think the starting 11 probably hindered us a little bit that day. But I think this was probably the first match where you probably kind of come out the ground after, and it was, that was probably a poor performance there. And we played nowhere near the level that we've played at so far this season, right?
Yeah, it was strange, wasn't it? Because the first half, I thought it was fairly even. And then second half, we started really well. and then we just took our foot off the gas, and Chesterfield grew into it. We, as Revs would say, we gave them oxygen, and the FA Cup does unpredictable things, right? Like you seen it last night, Brackley beating Notts County, and throughout the games yesterday, Gateshead beating Wimbledon. You know, all these games. So I think for me, the disappointment was we didn't go for the kill when we were on top. I think that's kind of what let me down. I mean, I don't know about you. I felt for Phoenix Patterson yesterday.
Mm.
He was doing everything. He was driving at defenders, was putting balls on and and Dan Kemp. And there was a moment where I think Chem Campbell put a ball in, and no one had the desire to go and get on the end of it. And like for me, um, growing up, the FA Cup's always been like a big thing within the country. Like it's a huge competition, it's a real traditional cup. So for me personally, I always want to win in that competition and go forward. And we might get lucky and get like a Villa tie like we did years ago, right? And it just seemed like it was after that 5 minutes when we were like, right, well, we're not going to score. It just felt like we went, okay, foot off the gas. We'll try and get through to extra time and penalties. And in this competition, you can't do it, especially against those lower sides who are going to have the belief and the desire to go and want to get through. And hopefully, and I do mean this, I hope Chesterfield get a cracking tie in the next round because they played the perfect game. They went, we will soak up all of your pressure, had big boys at the back, dealt with anything we threw their way, and they nick it from a mistake from us.
Mm. Yeah. No, I feel exactly the same way. I think, yeah, look, I think, as I said, kind of introducing us into talking about this loss was, yeah, look, it was our first poor one this season, wasn't it? I mean, we've had such an unbelievably fabulous, and I really mean that, unbelievably fabulous season that when you look at the matches that we've played, that was probably our first poor one this season. And again, it's credit because November time, right? We've had our first poor performance, but yeah, I think I thought Rebs played a really good team. I was really happy to see Phoenix start. We've been saying that Phoenix needs to play. I was happy that Dan Sweeney was in the game. Gets a full kind of 90 minutes. So I was really happy with the lineup, a lot of quality in the final third with Kemp, Jordan, Phoenix, and Reedy, Harv and Jordan Allen. So I expected a lot better. I thought we give the ball away cheaply a lot in the game. I mean, again, Sweens gives that ball away for what ends up a penalty and a goal. And for me, it was just the lack of quality on the ball a lot. It was, we were getting the ball, we were giving it away. I mean, how many times did you see a pass go off the pitch, or we give it to someone and then they counted us, in twos and threes and fours. And I think that was the disappointing thing for me. It was just that lack of quality because, look, we know the FA Cup, they're always difficult ties. If you ever look in our division, I think bar Stockport, all of the top teams went out. So it just shows it's a tough competition. And it was that type of game, wasn't it? I mean, look, we had one off the bar. We got unlucky with that. We had one clear off the line pretty much. So we got a bit of bad luck in that sense as well. I mean, again, I don't know how the one off the bar didn't go in. I mean, on another day, that hits the underside and hits the net and it goes in. But when it's not your day in the FA Cup, it really isn't your day, right? And do you know what, Ange? And I know I said this to you off the pod, and I know you're like, oh, this is the most typical Matt Farley thing to say. And I can see that you're breathing in heavily there because I know that you know what I'm going to say. But, right, I'm not that annoyed that we've gone out of it, right? So, obviously, we saw a few years ago where the night at Villa and getting Villa, it gives you those moments, right? But I look at this season, right, and I look at it and I go, well, what is the goal? What is the priority this season? And I think for me, For pretty much everyone, the priority is being and becoming a top half League One team. That's what we created, right? And I think if you are trying to achieve that goal in a really open division, as this League One is this season, if you are still in all these other cups as well, I think something's got to give. And we've seen in the past, more so that season, that as great as FA Cup football is, it can derail a season. You can get injuries, the fixture schedule piles up, and you've got professional footballers that are playing at an elite level very often, and it can derail a team season. And I look at our season, I think, well, look, we're through in the virtue, right? We're in the virtue knockouts. We've got that. We're fourth in the league. If we go through in the FA Cup as well, it's almost like something's got to give a little bit. And 9 times out of 10, it's your league form rather than the cup form. So in that respect, I'm not that annoyed that we've gone out. I think if you're going to go out in the FA Cup, do it in the first round, right? Don't go through and then do it in the second. Get it over and done with. And at least now we can fully focus on the goal, which was becoming a top half League One team because we've created that. I mean, look at all the other top teams, Bradford, Cardiff, Lincoln, Wimbledon, they all went out. And I actually think in terms of the season we're having, it's probably not a bad thing in the long run that we have gone out. Obviously, you want to go through and you want to get that luxurious tie. We see it a few years ago with Villa. But at the same time, this is a massive season. It's our most important one in terms of what we're trying to become over the next few years. And I, like it is with these cups, I do panic for that going forward in the future. I mean, look, if the team's in mid-table and you know that the team aren't going to probably be up there, then I would be really annoyed with yesterday. I would have really, if you're in mid-table and you're not going to be up the top, I would have been really annoyed with yesterday going out in that. But the fact that we're up the top, we've got a great chance of achieving this goal of becoming a top half League One team. I'm not that annoyed, but again, the performance wasn't great. I don't know if you see my point. I don't know that you're different, but
No, I see your point. Like, I do understand it. Um, I just guess for me, I've always been brought up to be, the FA Cup's such a traditional trophy, and you always see these ties, and you know, obviously we got Villa a couple of years ago. It's almost like that dream of, can we go and get like an Arsenal away or a Tottenham or someone like that away? It's more something. It's more like a thing for me. I always want to be in it for as long as possible to see, how far we can get, and can we go and get one of those ties that you just think, oh my God, and then and then get the TV coverage for it as well. All these other little things. If we got like an Arsenal away or Liverpool away or whatever, that would have been unbelievable. And for that, in that sense as well, it would have been the TV coverage we get as a club. Just putting us out there a bit more and making people realize actually we're not, while we have got like this little club we are a little club. Putting us out there actually makes us more renowned throughout the country, if that makes sense.
No, I do get your point. That is a massive part, and the funds as well. You do get
Yeah.
big funds for that. I just know that we've created a top half League One team. That's the goal. I just don't want that to be derailed at any point. But I do get your point. I think for me, again, I think because of that, because we've created a top half League One team, that's the goal. I'm not annoyed that we've gone out. I'm just annoyed for the performance. Like, when we look
Mm.
at these performances, Jordan Houghton probably didn't have his best game yesterday. Give the ball away quite a bit, didn't he? I've written down Jordan Houghton. I actually thought Jamie Reid did really well, but he just didn't get any service whatsoever. I felt for Phoenix. I thought Phoenix was great. Thought Dan Kent tried. To be honest with you, I thought the whole forward line really tried yesterday. The back line, Jasper had another good game, which do you not think as well? I thought he was all right, Jasper, wasn't he, yesterday?
He was okay. I think there was one moment in particular. I think he got the ball from Jordan Roberts, and he could have given the ball back to Jordan Roberts, or he could have switched the play, but he went backwards. And I looked straight down the touchline at Revs, and he was going mental, saying, "Why have we not played in the forward direction?" There was a few moments where I thought he got caught out a little bit.
Mm,
Um, but I mean, in general, he was okay. I don't think he was excellent. I don't think he was really bad. I think he was just average, really.
mm. Yeah, no, I think that's fair. I think that's fair. I think it's another match a bit like Lincoln where you look and you think, God, we just want Luther back. Though Luther's so
Mm,
good that when it's not any fault on Jasper, it's just because Luther's so good. Um, you watch these matches and you just think, God, he's so dominant in that right back position that we really miss Luther. I was gutted for Pigeon Sweens because again, I don't think it was their finest performances either. At the back, Sweens we know can do a lot better. He give away the ball for the goal, and Pidge probably didn't have his finest game. I mean, God, it's very rare that we say that about Pidge. I think Pidge will be disappointed with his performance as well. I still think he was dominant, but there was a couple of times where we got caught, didn't we? And they had a shooting opportunity or got the penalty. I know that there's something that you want to speak about heavily, isn't there, And I mean, this becomes. Hang on, haven't we got an intro for this? Haven't we?
Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in.
Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in. It's another week of Andy's Refran. Take it away, And.
Oh, where do I start? On the back of Mr. Allison's performance against Bradford last week,
Could it
which
get
was
any worse? Could it?
oh,
It
it
can.
can. By the way, Mr. Allison was refereeing in the championship yesterday.
Sickening. Sickening, that.
So for me, um, the referee was horrible. Um, Decision making wasn't great. He would give a foul for something really small. Same thing happens in the other direction, whether it is a foul on us by Chesterfield or foul by Chesterfield on us. Whichever way round it was, he would give one and not the other. Now, for me, if you give a free kick or a foul for one decision, if there's another decision that matches the same sort of
Hmm.
level of it, you have to give it. You can't go, no, 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 yeah, carry on, because then it questions the integrity. Because you can't say how is this a foul and how is this not a foul, because it just it doesn't make sense. Ghassan Ahadme in the second half got in front of his man, had him pinned behind him, controlled the ball, brought it down, and he gave it a foul. What has he done wrong? He's got in front of his man, and he's done what every striker does: put his arms out, right, so the defender can't get through, and control the ball. Every striker does it. You see it in the Premier League, you see it in the National League. No, we get given a foul against us. Unbelievable. The penalty shout on Gas, I don't think was. I've seen back the Just Pattenden foul in their penalty box from a vlog on YouTube from a Chesterfield fan. And you can quite clearly see Jasper goes to go round him. The guy's not even made an attempt to play the ball, gone into Jasper, and then he's booked Jasper for diving. So we give a penalty away from Peach tripping someone. 100% that's the correct decision. But you have the same scenario. Jasper, okay, the penalty box is a bit more crowded. Is it one on one? No. Is there a potential scoring opportunity? Yes. And you don't give it. I don't quite understand how he's come to that decision. And on the way home, I was listening to Talksport with the phone in that they do on a Saturday night, and there was a lot of Nottingham Forest fans out there, and I think it was Jamie O'Hara hosting it, and they were talking about the referees in this country, and they're complaining about the referees at the top level. What they need to do is go park that for a minute because they've got assistant VARs. You know, they've got VAR to go and help make decisions. What they need to concentrate on is the referees coming up through non-league and the EFL and watch them because some of the games that we've had with referees over the past 2, 3, 4 years have been atrocious. And yet all we focus on as a nation is the top, the Premier League, right? Because that's the money for the country, for the clubs, for the world, right? That's the main competition. But where are these referees coming from? The Championship, League One, League Two, National League. When are we going to start looking lower down the pyramids and looking at the referees and going, Jesus, he needs help. He needs help. He needs help. But we don't. And that's I guess my main bugbear at the moment with mainstream media within sport and football particularly. We focus solely on, the Premier League. But you're forgetting that the Championship and League One and League Two and Isthmian Premier League South or whatever it's called. These people that play, it's part of their livelihoods. You know, like
Mm.
Revs, it's Revs' job to go out, set the team up tactically, positionally, whatever, however you want to put it. That's Revs' job. Okay. Revs will get it wrong sometimes. Humans make mistakes, we get it. But to get it so wrong on so many different levels all the time, yet all they do in the EFL is get promoted through the ranks is a disgrace. And it's making a mockery of the football system and the PGMOL. It,
I was gonna,
it's it's
I,
unbelievable.
I was gonna say as well to go through that the linesman as well, Aaron, right? Because
Yeah,
the penalty that was on his side as well. You know, the lino's got a good
yeah,
view of that as well. So it's actually when you look at it, it's the ref, but it is the officiating team, isn't it? It's the officiating teams as well
mm,
who support the ref because they can support the ref. There might be something that the referee misses, but
yeah.
they've got support there, and obviously that's lacking as well. I mean, how many times do you see a chance go and a flag goes up, and you think, eh? What? And then you watch it
Mm,
back, and he's not on side. And then how many times? Who was it? Lincoln when they went through and had that chance. Guys, miles offside. Flag stays down. It's like, what's going on when you watch it back on the highlights? It's those
mm,
officials as well that are really poor. I think
ju-
it was the lack of consistency, wasn't it? Because obviously I haven't seen
yeah,
Jasper's one, but I saw the Pidge one, and even though I think it's a penalty and he sticks his leg out, it is still very soft as well at the same time. It's not like he's actually trips him. The guy is kind of the guy that's won the penalty has been very clever about how he's won the penalty,
mm,
isn't he? I think Rev even admitted that. But
yeah. I think what now I know there was a referee recently. I want to say it was Anthony Taylor's come out and talks about the online abuse that referees get. Okay. Now I don't condone that by any way at all. I don't condone that at all. But they need to start taking accountability for the decisions they make, the accountability. You know, you see managers come out of out after a game where they've lost. They might have lost, I don't know, 3, 4 nil. The manager comes out and has to speak to the press. Okay? What I want to see, and what we won't ever see, I don't think, in this country because of the media and the way people use social media to get at people. What I'd like to see is referees come out and go, the reason why I've not given this is because of X, Y, and Z. The reason why I gave this is because of this, and this. And then as fans, we go, okay, makes sense. We get more of an understanding. But because we don't hear anything, we don't understand it. And then you get Howard Webb every international break, goes on a show, discusses all of the Premier League decisions. Stop focusing solely on that because that is the main competition that everyone wants to watch. There's people like me and you and the other fans that were there yesterday that go and watch League One, League Two, Championship, National League North, National League South regularly
Mm,
because we want to support and follow our team. But we get annoyed when we don't get decisions because we, as fans, don't understand the new law changes because they seem to change them every 6 months. So
yeah,
help fans out. Come out and go, this week, let's focus on Championship. Next week, we'll focus on League One and have segments
mm,
because then we can go as a fan base, go, right, fine, okay, we understand why this wasn't given. It's
yeah.
it's it's so infuriating when we don't know what's going on because they seem to change the laws every season. So then, like now, could you tell me honestly, hand on heart, what defines a handball?
So to me, or my knowledge of a handball, it's if the ball strikes you hand or arm up to a certain
Yeah,
point, bottom of your shoulder, in an unnatural position. So if let's say if your arm's by your side and it hits you, it's not a penalty. But if your arm's out or up, like in an an unnatural position to where your arms normally go, then it would be deemed a penalty.
yeah, fine. I would agree. So then we look back to Lincoln and the keeper. Would you say his arm was in a natural position?
Oh, shots! His arm was up here, and
No,
it, yeah, yeah,
no. So this is my point. We're sitting there going, well, that's a penalty because the arm's not in a natural position. He's outside his box,
Mm.
but we don't get it.
No,
So it's it's become ridiculous because now you have to go, well, it's the referee's interpretation of the law. No, because every referee should of know the laws of the game and apply them. It's not his interpretation against your interpretation. It's
I
this is what
agree.
the law and rule states. If this happens, this then needs to be the consequence, not if and when it suits them. It's just
No,
becoming ridiculous now, and God forbid if we have another crap ref on Thursday night, I think I might lose my head.
I'd say one thing for sure, though, and we will speak about this a little bit later because it is huge news. But we were destined to lose that Saturday because Revs had just signed a 5-year contract extension, and it was a huge deal. And then one person went, "Oh, we better not lose to Chesterfield after that," and I think that was nailed on, evidently. Really quickly, I'm going to go through some 3-word analysis. Something a bit different. We haven't tweeted about this for, I think the first time this season we've done a 3-word analysis on a match. And then we're going to put that cup tie in the bin and we're going to focus on more important things and of this most important season. Thank you ever so much to all the fans that sent in their 3-word analysis from the 1-0 defeat in the FA Cup against Chesterfield. Paul said, bloody awful display. Reese Donnelly said, desperation reeked, naive. You could probably say that. I mean, he was throwing all sorts revs of subs on when he gassed and Jovan and Orford. And it's like they were all coming off the bench, weren't they? It just felt like we lacked a bit of system in that last 20 minutes when we just
Yeah,
needed maybe not so many changes, just a little change in system, maybe. Jamie said, ridiculous advertising boards. I love the advertising boards. You know, the screen. Now,
yeah,
I love that this season. They're becoming a top half League One team, got some electronic advertising, but I think they're great, personally. I don't think they're really good. Richard said awful, lacked passion. Lock 13 said 5-year contract. Convenience said flat, quiet, poor. Yeah, 2000, wasn't it? 2000 and something.
mm,
Oh, that was low. I don't know if that's ticket prices or I
I
don't know
think so.
what was going on. Ross Adkins said lackluster, clumsy, predictable. Chris said never looked interested. Mark said a load of shite. David Valentin said, poor, poor, poor. Stevenage Lucas said, disappointing, lackluster, desperate. Tony Booker said, we were shocking. George said, new contract curse, as I've just mentioned. Duncan said, great view, shame about that performance. Duncan, unfortunately, pal, that is 6 words, not 3, but we'll take it anyway. Kieran O'Connor said, focus on promotion. And Sean Walton said, cups overrated anyway. Thank you to all the Borough fans that sent in their 3-word analysis on the 1-0 FA Cup. We are out, but we are trying to become a top half League One team. That is the goal. And we move forward into a huge month, and huge. Do you know what? I'm going to say this. Biggest month of the season so far, without a doubt. And I'll tell you why. With the matches that we've got this month, if we get the results that we probably should get in a lot of these matches, we are going to be top 3 by December. And let me tell you something, And. If you're top 3 by December, you're in the promotion race. Unbelievable. I've got goosebumps. I've got goosebumps.
You're saying it's the biggest month of the season, and then December comes around, then that would be the biggest month, correct?
I'll be honest with you, actually, looking at December and the games, that is probably the biggest month.
There it is.
No, but
bingo.
Humour me, right? Let me just get it up, right? December. Are you ready for this, And?
Go on.
Cardiff at home, right? Because obviously we're not in the cup in December. We'll have that weekend off, which I think is really good, actually. Stockport away, right? Burton at home, right? Wimbledon away, and Cardiff away. So we are playing first and third. We're playing third twice. We're playing 6th. I mean, what do you think? Biggest month of the season? In terms of
I think it's big. I think I don't particularly look when we get a month. I don't look towards the fixtures. I more look at the month in terms of the placements and what the amount of games we have in a month. You know, like when we get to like Jan, Feb, when we've got more games, I'm like, right, this month we need to be picking up this amount of points, regardless of who we're playing. I think we need to get this amount of points to be able to carry on.
I get that. I get that. I thought you would say the night out.
I thought you say.
I said I thought you were going to say you look at it for the nights out.
No.
Oh, that pesky night out in Liverpool.
We'll see.
Oh no, not this again. We'll see. We'll take that. But you know what I mean. In terms of the stats matches, December looks huge in that regard. But we are into November. And I think so far this is our biggest, because you look at the winnable matches we've got here, and look, we don't know if Bolton's going to go ahead or not. I think a few people are a little bit sceptical of it, and I think it might be off. So if that game's off, I mean, we have got an unbelievably winnable month in terms of where we are and how we're playing and the season we're at and who we're playing. So I'll go through it really, really quickly. This Thursday, we are away at Reading, 8 o'clock kickoff, live on Sky Sport. Massive match. We then supposedly go and we play Bolton at home on the 15th of November. A week after that, Doncaster at home. Then we go Tuesday night away at Peterborough United, and then we end the month away at Wigan. Now, when we look at this month, Reading, Doncaster, Peterborough, Wigan, really winnable games, right? I mean, all of those teams are in the bottom part of the league. And when you actually look at the wins that we've had, we have beaten any team that is in that bottom half. So when you look at that, when you look at who we've got, you really, really fancy us to come away with a lot of points against those teams. I'd be shocked otherwise, to be honest with you. So I think when you look at that naturally, by December, there's a real opportunity to be in that top 3. Bolton's obviously a massive game. They're coming on strong at the minute. Bolton won a few in the last few. But again, we don't know if that's going to go ahead. So Reading, Doncaster, Peterborough and Wigan, really winnable matches, those 4 games. I mean, I've got the table up here. Obviously, we're 4th. You've got Wigan in 13th, Reading in 19th, You've got Peterborough, who are obviously bottom at the minute, and they've had a change of manager as well. And then you've got Doncaster, who are 12th. So mid-table, to be fair, top off. So really winnable games. I mean, this month, and surely, right, there's a real opportunity to be top three by December. Surely.
You'd think so. Um, Play the game, not the situation, is how I look at it. Um,
I've got goosebumps, and I'm so excited.
you surprise me
Come
every
back to New
time.
York, and we'll be up there, and
No, look, I think it's possible that we can definitely be in and around that top three by the end of this month. Um, I just think we can't let there can't be a hangover from yesterday. We have to get back on Thursday night and go bang, real statement of intent, go and get two, three, 4 goals, really put Reading to the sword and show what we're about. Because if I'm honest, have we gone out this year and gone and got two, three, 4 goals and made a real go on then? We've always it's always been that 1-0, 2-1, 2-0, 3-2, always quite a close sort of scoreline. I feel like we need to go out and go and make a real statement, go bang, let's go and get 3 or 4 goals, show everyone what we're about, show we're being serious about getting to that top level and see where it takes us.
yeah, look, I'm with you. I think Thursday's a massive match. I think when you look at Thursday and you see and you think, 29 points as well. This is what we're on about. 13 matches, 29 points. That's 30. You've got half of what you need pretty much to be about 13th, 14th. So when you look at it in terms of the mathematics in that regard, it's huge. I just think winning as well. I think, especially after yesterday, look, we know Rev says it all the time. The top teams always respond. We did it against Lincoln with a win in the trophy, then a draw against Bradford. Top teams always respond. So I think that's really important. But we can go top as well. I mean, we play Thursday, we go back top. I think that's like a 9th time this season. But for me, it's winning a match. I think I'm with you on Reading. I think Thursday, really important to get back to playing the levels that we did probably before Lincoln. I thought we were brilliant against Bradford, and it was a real top point that day, but playing the real top level in League One. And I think that's a great opportunity to do it on Thursday. And I think we will respond. I think the players know that that wasn't good enough Saturday, and I think they'll look at Thursday. They'll look at it as a really big game. They'll look at this month as a huge month, and there's a real opportunity for us to kind of continue this amazing success that we're having up the top of the division this month with these fixtures. So I think we will respond. I mean, when I look at the games, I mean, let's say Bolton is on, right? Reading, Bolton, Doncaster, Peterborough, Wigan. I mean, there's no reason why we can't win at least 3 or 4 of those matches. I mean, even Bolton's at home as well. It's not like we're playing Bolton away. We're unbeaten at home in the division. So Bolton, that's a tough game for Bolton. So really, really exciting month. I'm very excited for it. It starts this Thursday at Reading, of course, our 13th League One match of this massive season. What team are we going with, And, for this Thursday? I mean, does Phoenix start? Does he go back with Chem? Does he? Well, obviously Goody goes back in. Hopefully Luther's back. Does he go Freestone? Does he? What does he do with it? What does he do with it this Thursday?
If I'm Revs, I'm going Marshall in goal, Luther if he's fit, Good, Pidge, Freestone, Houghton, White, Kemp, Phoenix, Chem, really through the middle. And I say why I dropped Jordan Roberts. Now I wouldn't. I guess he looks at his dropping. I just think, for me, and we saw it in that period when he was on the bench. He came off the bench against Luton, I think it was, and Exeter, and the difference he can make. And you look at Chem Campbell, and you look at his output offensively and defensively, and then you look at Phoenix Patterson yesterday, who's gone, I'm not starting. I want to be starting, I should be starting, and he's gone and put his hand up. And then for me, if I'm looking at that as a manager going, he was excellent yesterday, and then I'm going to put him on the bench on Thursday, he's going to sit there and go, what's going on?
Mm, for
You
me,
know,
like I've said to you already, I think Phoenix should be playing a lot more. I think
mm,
a player of that technical ability, you don't play Phoenix for his defensive. I made a point yesterday because a lot of people go, "Oh, you can't play Phoenix because defensively, he's not like Chem Campbell." But the thing is let's say, for example, you had the best player in the division, right?
mm,
But the best player in the division was a forward attacking player, but he wasn't very good defensively. You still play him, right? Yes, Phoenix, not your Chem Campbell defensively. I don't think we signed Phoenix for that. Phoenix was signed for his attacking ability, that
mm.
quality in and around the box, in those pockets of space, and what he can create and contribute. You don't sign a player like Phoenix and go, well, we're not going to play Phoenix because defensively, he's not as good as the others. Like, you want to play Phoenix for why we bought him. And that was the contributions in the final third. So I think he should start Phoenix in a big pitch, a lot of room on
Mm.
that pitch, very wide pitch, one of the widest pitches in the league, right? Um, Along with Barnsley. Like, I think Phoenix should play. I'm actually with you. I think I would probably look to go maybe Chem and Phoenix together, and maybe you put Reedy through
Mm.
them, and then you bring Jordan Roberts in. I know we've said a lot on this pod about Jordan Roberts starting. Um, but I want to see Phoenix start, and I want to see Phoenix start in the league. He's only started once at Port Vale, I think.
I think the other thing we're forgetting is I'm fairly confident when he was at Fleetwood, he was a right wing back. So he's got the defense. He's got defense. He's got the defensive abilities. You don't get played at right wing back if you can't defend, because part of your job is getting back and defending, and part of your job is getting forward and attacking,
I
or
think that
left wing back, whichever one it was. But he was a wing back, so he obviously can defend. So everyone's sitting there, oh, he doesn't defend. Why was he playing right wing back? Why was he playing left wing back?
yeah, I think that's a fair point. I think, look, well, he's got experience of it, isn't it? It's not like he's never been
Mm.
in that role before. So look, I want to see him start in this game. Um, Look, Jordan and Harville start together. I want a big game from Jordan Houghton this Thursday. Needs a big game for me. Jordan, as we know, is probably our highest level player that we have. And that wasn't him Saturday. And I want to see him have a big game. I'm assuming Goody will go straight back in pitch. Look, I'm confident that we'll win this match. I mean, I've got a few stats on Reading, right? I mean, obviously they're 19th, won 3, drawn 6, lost 5. They've only won once in their last 6. So they're not having a very, very good season at all. And I've got a few of their stats in front of me here. I mean, their defence at the minute, where are they? They've conceded 19 in 14, so they've got one of the worst defences. Goal scoring output in the division, they've got 15 from 14, so again, one of the worst. Home form for Reading as well, 11 points from 7, again, bottom half for it. So really, you would hope that the team would go and get a result here, a win. I mean, it would be huge. What would it be? 4th away win? I think it would be for us 4. So it would be Blackpool, Port Vale, Orient, and I think that's all 3 of them, isn't it? We ain't got any more away, I don't think.
Not in the league.
Drawn
No.
at Mansfield, lost at Lincoln, lost at Hull. Yeah, no, I think we've just won 3, so it'll be our 4th away win. So I think that's really, really important. But should be good. You making the trip, and
We'll see. Hopefully. I think me and Tommy might be there on Thursday evening. So
oh, well, I'm driving straight after work, mate. I'll meet you if you want. You know me.
yeah, well, I need to. If that is the case, I need to get on booking the parking and the tickets pretty quickly.
Yeah, I booked mine. It's a tenner, the car park, so that's all right. It's not too
Yeah,
bad.
it's not too bad.
What's it? Is it Sky Sports Plus, or is it actually Sky Sports?
No, actual Sky Sports.
He's actually on telly, Sky Sports. Oh wow, okay, right. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Don't go there and play poorly. Then go there and win. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Don't go and faff around, lads, and make a meal of it. Actually, go and yeah, go and play really well and win the game. Hopefully, League One is back this weekend. We're going to quickly take a look at the fixtures. As we know, obviously, we are playing Reading away on Thursday. The games in the league in League One: Northampton versus Mansfield, Wickham versus Orient, Blackpool versus Cardiff, Bolton Wanderers versus Port Vale, Bradford v Burton, Doncaster v Barnsley, Exeter v Wigan, Huddersfield v Plymouth, Peterborough v AFC Wimbledon, Rotherham United versus Lincoln, and Stockport County play Luton. That's a huge game. With Jack Wilshere obviously coming in for Luton, and Stockport are top of the league now. So very exciting weekend. Start of November, our biggest month so far, and fingers crossed we can go and get a pivotal result on Thursday at Reading. Make sure, if you don't go, guys, Sky Sports, tune in and hopefully we can get the result. Alex Ravel, 2030. Sorry, a 5-year. When have we ever done a 5-year contract extension? Wow.
No.
Do you know what? I'm over the moon about this because, look, and you're going to laugh, look, we called this season the most important season. It is, because we are trying to become a top half League One team. We've created a top half League One team, and that's what we're trying to be for the next, few seasons. There's a real opportunity to be a top half League One team. Again, we've created a top half League One team, but to be there for the next few seasons. And year on year, we improve this current squad that we have this season, and we consistently adjust each season to consistently stay there in the division under this management team. So I think that's huge for that. But 5 years, it gives us that security as well with Rebs, who we know is getting better and better as a manager. And I mean, look, you don't put together this current squad if you're not a top manager. And then along with that, you go and get the results and have the season that we're having if you're not a top manager. With the big news, everybody should know, Alex Ravel on Friday signed a 5-year contract extension to keep him at Stevenage Football Club until 2030. My God, I'll be 36 by then. How old will you be by then, Anne? Is it 32?
31.
God,
No,
so hang on.
yeah, 31.
So in 5 years, you'll be my age now.
Yeah.
That makes me feel so old. That does. Who looks older, do you think?
I don't know. I think if this comes off, I look quite young.
To be fair, do you know what saved you? I think
Here we go.
your hair. I think, unfortunately, me, I'm on the
quick flight to Turkey.
If you look at me, I look like the McDonald's logo at the minute.
Those golden arches.
Oh, mate. I did have one at a wedding Friday night. It was beautiful, beautiful Mackies.
What did you get?
Ooh, what did I not get? That's the question. I got large Big Mac, 3 chicken selects, cheese bites, McFlurry and a milkshake.
Good for the calories.
I've got prepared for New York, and I mean, you know all about it. Going to be like an absolute pig this weekend in New York. But yeah, no, well, God, where did we get there? How did we go from Alex Ravel's 5-year contract to Mackey's? But 5 years, and this is huge news for us, isn't it? And I think the great thing as well is if there comes that inevitable time, which will probably happen, where Revs moves on in a year, 2, 3, or 4 or 5, that we get well funded for it, right?
Yeah, the only thing I can assume is there's been clubs sniffing around and we've gone, nah, and we've put in this clause in the contract with compensation. That's the only thing for me because I don't know what his contract situation was pre this new extension. But obviously Phil rates him. Phil thinks he's doing a fantastic job, wants to keep him on side, keep him on board. Obviously likes the project that we're building, sees the future of the club with Alex. So yeah, it's excellent news, and hopefully in there we've got a nice little bit of compensation coming our way if he does go.
I think that's a great point. I think the compensation part's really important. It's the same with Dan Kemp, isn't it? You know, Kempy, he was
Mm.
3 years, wasn't he, pretty much? So I think it's the same sort of concept there. But I think we're building something here. This is the start of a very exciting journey. It's Rev's second tenure, well, second season with us, obviously second tenure, but second season. And he's put together this unbelievable squad. I mean, we're calling it the best squad we've ever seen here. And we're having this, the best season that we've probably ever had. And it's going, I say exactly the way we thought, better because of the things we're doing. And I think, we've seen the progress from Alex Ravel already, just in the matter of short time that he's been manager since he took over from Steve Evans. And we've seen what we've accomplished just in that short window, right? A year and a half. So I think you're almost looking, you think, well, if we've achieved this in just a year and a half, when we know Alex Ravel is going to get better, the management team's going to get better, where could we be in another year and a half, right? So I think for us, it's stability that we need. I think for the players as well, I think it's very important that they know that the manager is going to be here. This whole squad are here playing for the manager. A lot of these players, Rev signed, they're his players, and they want that stability as well. So I think it's massive that he signed the contract extension. 5 years is huge. I mean, that is huge for a club like us to be handing out 5-year contract extensions. But as you say, Anne, it goes to show what Phil Wallace thinks of Alex Ravel. And look, how can you not be ecstatic with how it's going at the minute? We're sitting fourth. We win Thursday. We go top for the 9th time. 9 wins, unbeaten at home in the league, like achieving all these massive things this season so far. I mean, how can you not be ecstatic with it? So I think it's well earned by Revs. And I said this when Alex, when Steve always said that Alex would be manager. I feel at our football club, we've never had a manager that has stuck around for a long, long time and has achieved a lot in a long, long time. We've had managers that come and go and then they go back and then they go and then they come back, or it's someone different, or it never works out. But I think Alex, because he's a legend, because he loves the club, because his family are all around the club as well. And Alex was a player, and he's been involved in the football club in so many different departments, let's say, that I think it's absolutely vital that we keep him as manager, because he is the manager that we have wanted for a long time, somebody that is going to be here for a long time and has us consistently being successful every single season as we're doing for the first one this season. So huge news. And who knows where we'll be in 2 years? I mean, will we be in the Championship?
What with Banfield as manager?
Oh, good, nice Merc though. Neil's definitely been given puppeteer. Neil's definitely been given a pay rise. Let me tell you, he wasn't whipping the Merc out at the start of the season. I didn't see that cream leathered seated Merc at Blackpool or Rotherham and Northampton.
My manager.
Yeah, I do like Neil and Scott. I mean, they're such a great team, and they got. Oh, hang on, we are missing out someone here.
Not Marlon Beresford.
Marlon Beresford.
There it is.
Doesn't Marlon do the set pieces? I swear Marlon Beresford and Scott work the set piece routines. I'm certain. Every time we get a corner or a free kick, Marlon Beresford standing on the touchline with Scott. I'm convinced.
I reckon Banfield needs to take some more on.
That's how you know that the team are having a real kind of shit game, when you see Banfield standing in the box.
Yeah, that's when you know we're in trouble.
The whole second half Saturday, I thought, oh dear, this isn't great. We haven't seen Neil for the whole season. He's out for this one. Yeah, that's how you know. But again, 5-year contract extension, absolutely huge news for the club. Revs is ours. Keep your hands off. We're staying there. I think we've come to the end, Anne. I don't think we've missed anything, mate. I'm not sure.
Well, I think we've covered everything.
Have you enjoyed it?
Well, as always, are you ready for me and Donners next week?
Oh my God. This time next week, I would have just gotten in from a little bus tour in New York, in Manhattan, and I will get back and I will get my earphones in my little pod room and I'll, whatever time it is in America and New York, and I'll have a little listen to you two idiots talking about our incredible 3 points at the selectcarleasing.com stadium Thursday night. And looking ahead to Bolton if it's going to be on. I don't really know, but I am. I'm looking forward to it. Do you want me to be honest though?
Go on.
I think you should host. Just give us a little intro now for the listeners. Go on. What would it be like?
Oh, don't you put me on the spot now.
Go on. You can do it, and
I just look down at the screen. I see your face smiling away.
what do you want me to turn off the camera for it to be more comfortable?
No, I don't.
It's just
I
do
don't know
what I
where
do. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Stevenage Football Club podcast. Simple.
Yeah, I'd have to listen to a few intros to figure something out.
Or you could
It'll
put
be
your,
something on the cuff, knowing me.
or you could put your own spin on it as well. Oh,
Oh no.
possibility.
What have you thought?
No, like, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the number one podcast at Stevenage Football Club podcast, the Stevenage Football Club podcast. My name is Andy Blair, or more famously known as the Stat Man.
No.
Even though there are no stats this season because the team are too good and they're just winning. Welcome back. Joining me is Mr. Reece Donnelly because Matt Farley's in New York. Oh, yeah, sports. Yeah, sports. Sports and stats. Oh my God, you should call that the name of the pod. Sports and stats, or stats and sports.
No.
Goodness sake, honestly.
Oh,
What way to
Jesus
end the pod? What way to end episode number 22 of Exit? Exiting our way out of the pod.
Oh dear.
And have a lovely week, mate. I'll see you Thursday if you go.
Yeah, hopefully you should be there. I'll drop you a text in the week anyway and let you know what's going on.
Superb stuff, mate. Borough fans, thank you for tuning in to episode number 22, Exit, on the Stevenage Football Club podcast. We are back to the real stuff Thursday. Most important season. Let's go and be top of the league again in this unbelievable season, and get a result at Reading on Thursday night. Stay tuned. We might have a match preview episode with one of the Reading chaps from the Royals podcast. We will see if we can get that out maybe Wednesday, but we will see. If not, you will probably be back listening to and Reece next weekend while I'm in New York. So stay tuned for those episodes. Stay tuned for all the content on Twitter, Facebook, and all of the socials. Please give us a like, follow, and a subscribe on YouTube. And also make sure to follow us on the Audibles, most noticeably Spotify. Guys, have a lovely week. See you next week. Enjoy the game Thursday. Let's get a win at the Borough. Let's be top of the league again. At this time, as always, guys, you have been listening to the Stevenage Football Club podcast.